Hello, lovely people. Time to finally finish this. So I do have my inserts here. They arrived. And I watched a few YouTube videos. Somebody commented under my post how to use these. So these, hey, come on, are thermal inserts. And I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to use them, but how people use them is they have a soldering iron with a small little tip, and what they do is it's unplugged, so it's fine. They put ow, it's still hot from my testing. They put this like on top, and then basically when it's hot they put it in. So I did like on a piece of plastic, I did some practicing. So I tried to drill a few holes. These inserts are 4.6 millimeters wide, so I drilled a hole for 3.5 and 4 millimeters, like pre-drilled, and the 4 millimeters, the biggest one, ended up nicest. The 3 mil hole, so it did go in, however at the bottom it pushed out all the excess plastic and it kind of melted into one big goop. So I will be pre-drilling these holes with a 4 millimeter drill bit, because I did check it. I put a bolt on, I tried to put it out, it doesn't go out. So I'm not going to do this on camera, obviously, because I don't want to screw it up, but pre-drill a hole and then just stick it in and put the actual drivers in. The inserts are in. They mounted extremely flush, all of them. I did remove the gasket, so I'll need to put the gasket back, and then they do align perfectly. So one, come on, focus. Two, it's just an angle, but they do align perfectly. So now I just need to put the gasket, put the speakers in, screw them in, and put the actual rings on, and it's pretty much gonna be it. That is it. My dash is complete. Now the only thing left is to replace it. So everything is gonna look like this. All screws in, very tight gaps, everything puts on. This one I might put like some double-sided sticky tape from the other side, because you can still remove it, but it fits like a glove. This is from the listening position, more or less, something like that. And this is the other side from the listening position, something like that. So there is a slight, yeah, it's fine, I don't really care. And the only thing is gonna be these little trims, but these I can put them literally anytime, it doesn't really matter. So for now, even with this slight gap, it's gonna be fine, unless I need to remove something like here in the very corners. Maybe that's like wedging it a bit, but I'm happy. It looks amazing. So tomorrow's, because now I just came back from work, found those inserts, put everything in, and tomorrow I will be actually replacing the dash. Now the only thing, many only things, I need to make pigtails basically to take the wires from the actual speakers down into the kicks, because in the kicks I have my XT60s, all of them, like all of them there. XT60s for the mid bass, for the mid range. The other ones are here, so I just need like 2 feet, maybe like 50 centimeters or something, and that's it. But like, I'm happy. I'm very happy. So I'm gonna make one video. I'm gonna jump into tomorrow when I'm gonna be replacing the dash, so I wouldn't bother you. But yeah, I'm happy. Finally. It's the next morning. This dash is ready. I'm kind of preparing to remove this one. So to remove the dash, it's not that difficult, to be honest. The only tool that you really need is gonna be maybe a Torx head. maybe a Torx head, and the most are gonna be like 7mm. I don't know how much is in imperial units, but 7mm sockets to undo all the screws. And the only thing they need to remember, yeah, the only thing that you need to remember is the actual screws. So we do have like screw holes here, just to remember where all the screws are going. And like here on the side, small ones, here, all of these. And yeah, when you basically remove all the panels one by one, so these panels, they remove quite easy, most of them. Like this removes with like 3 or 4 bolts on the sides. You can remove this one. There's this bolt here. So on this side it's very easy, it's just this comes out and these bolts. Now on the other side it's a bit more tricky because there's a gauge cluster, so some stuff removes like separate, like this, yeah, there's like bolts hiding here as well. These panels come off with clips, and come out. There's some bolts here. So last time when I did the dash, I had to remove the whole center console because this is kinda, the central console clips into the dash and you cannot lift it without pulling it like back. But now all of this, since it's not attached to the actual actually it is attached, there's one bolt there, I can literally just pull it out, so I don't have to move any of this and all like the trim panels. It's like, I admire people who do that regularly. So I do follow Audio Status on YouTube, and what they do is like one day remove the dash, the other day remove the whole seats, like everything all the time removing, and it's like, man, it comes all with practice. So I will be removing this dash only for the second time, and see how it's gonna go. I'm gonna try to capture it. I don't know how it's gonna go, but yeah, let the work begin. And one thing that I almost forgot, and what you have to do always before starting any kind of work on anything, is to disconnect the battery, because I have an airbag that is located, yeah, you can see the plug right there. So there's an airbag. If I will remove the airbag without disconnecting the battery, it's gonna pop an error on the dash and I'll have to clear it. But if I'm gonna disconnect the battery first, hopefully it's not gonna be any error. So before starting anything, disconnect the battery. Okay, I think I got all the bolts out, because now the dash is, you can lift it. So I just need to make sure that all the wires are not gonna pinch, that they're secure like that. I need to remove that one. That's the factory center speaker that used to be in there. Make sure that nothing like goes under. So in regards to the bolts, there's not many of them. Like, how many bolts we have? Yeah, like this much. So that's like what, 20 maybe bolts? Yeah, just make sure you put them right back. So we have like some here. The trickiest were like here, a bit deeper in there, one over there, the big one. So this is, you can see the crash bar. When we're gonna remove it, we can have a look a bit better, but that's the crash bar. So proper bolt into the crash bar, proper bolt here into the crash bar as well. I put some of this filling before, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I have all the trim pieces here. So this one was easy to remove, because last time I had to remove the whole center console, but now it's just factory radio, dash, and all of these things. Well, I will need to put them back. Ideally, it would be very cool to deaden them, but I don't know. I have 3 days now, because it's my first day off. I have 3 days off when I'm working, so yeah, just make sure that the wires are fine, remove the speaker, and we can lift it. So the dash is coming out, everything is loose, no wires pinched. The last thing for the dash is the airbag. So there is a plug right there. That's the one that I need to disconnect. Actually, don't remember how disconnect is, so it will take a second to disconnect the airbag, and then I can remove it. Oh, finally I have the dash out. I don't know if you can see it through the camera. The color is different. This one is much lighter because this dash is from a newer car, and that one is from my own, so 2009, and this one I think it was 2013, 2014 or something like that. Pre-facelift still. So yeah, you can tell the difference how like faded this old dash is, but it's fine. So now this thing, so as I mentioned, this that I removed from that dash, which is the ducts. So these ducts, I left them because these are all deadened. So I'm going to remove these ducts and put them on that dash, and then just put it back in. I guess let's have a look at how it looks like. Yeah. It looks kind of cool. Oh my god, I need to tidy up. So these wires are temporary, so I will need to remove them because it was for the, actually I don't remember, maybe for the doors. Hello. Yeah, so tidy up the wiring a bit, and then, oh man, these came off. I might have some, oh shoot, that's not good. I might have some CCF to put there. And yeah, so like this is the factory deadening, so you cannot put anything there. This is the main crash bar, which, well, I just put some CCF, and that's it. You cannot put anything else. And the rest, you cannot put much anything anywhere. Like there's no space. There's no really space. Yeah, so I cannot put like anything really anywhere, and I doubt that it's gonna help. Yeah, she found some snow. Yeah, take it, that's fine. I'm gonna put some more later. It looks scary, but it really is not. So if you need to ever remove your dash, just remember where the bolts are, because it's not that scary, to be honest. One thing I want to show you before I put this back. So this is like the main air duct that supplies the air like for the top and the sides. And during winter it's obviously aircon. During summer it's a hot air, yeah. And with hot air, the butyl, the rubber, should kind of soften and stuff. And what I've seen, like a lot of people post like deadening, bad quality deadening that kind of runs in the hot summer days, like from the roof and from the doors or whatever. So this deadening is the cheapest that I could find. It's not even branded, and after like a year, probably hot, cold, whatever, I don't see absolutely no like melting or anything. So the only thing, like this unstuck, the CCF unstuck, but it's fine because it's just under pressure. But like the deadening itself, I don't see anything really. So I don't know, maybe it's not as hot like the air going through the ducts, but it doesn't melt. I'm surprised. So cool. What do you have? What's that? Is that snow? Yeah, toddlers in it. Whew. It doesn't seem like much, but I'm bloody sweating. It's so difficult to manipulate, and now, like, especially with the deadening and everything, it weighs, oh my god, a ton. So this trim piece that goes on top, I put the deadening in there from inside, and what I have in there, there's one, it's not a sensor. What did I lose it somewhere? Oh, here it is. So it's not a sensor, it's just, I think, come on, focus, it's just like a light for the alarm, and it kind of flashes. I don't think no, it's not going to be a sensor anyway. So the old one that I have has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically all the clips are broken, only one is okay, and the new one has all clips fine. So I'm not going to run the wire for this thing. I think it should still work because there is a blocked hole there. And I'm gonna have this, the dummy one, just for looks. And the real one, I'm gonna leave it just under the dash, wrap it in foam, and it's gonna be under the dash, so I wouldn't have to run that wire through the actual deadening. But everything is in, everything fits, all the holes align. So that's one hole, there's these holes, then there's this hole. Basically everything aligns. And now put everything back. So prime example of rattly thingy. So this that I pulled out, look. It's from factory, just like that. So I will need to put some foam in there. I was trying to screw this in and I dropped the bolt, and the bolt went in there, and I was looking, and literally I cannot find it, cannot reach it unless I pull the whole carpet out. Tried looking with this, but no luck. So I just need, now I need to find a, I guess an M6 bolt, and I'm gonna leave this for the center one. So yeah, there's a bolt under the carpet. Replacement bolt is found, and I think this bolt, it is something from this car, maybe from the engine compartment or whatever. I have a spare bolt. So the dash itself is held in just a few points. So one is there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the other side 7. So 7 bolts holds the whole dash, and the rest is just for other trim panels. So it's not that hard, it's not that much. Another thing that I just remembered, so when I had this factory's console, inside there was like pipes that had vents in the back for the aircon, and this is the actual pipe, and I didn't block it. So now it's a good time to actually block it, so because like now the air is just going just here, nowhere. So if I'm gonna block it, I will have more airflow everywhere else. So yeah, I need to block this vent. So I had this kit for quite a while, and you can see 2 of these are missing. So one of them is here, and the other one I lost more than a year ago. Found it. Ah, so cool. My kit is full again. Oh man, found it after a year. Happy days. One little tip when putting everything back, you have all of these like clips and everything, so I just put some, just literally one layer of tessa tape on top, so it's gonna be a bit of a tighter squeeze, and when it's gonna squeeze, it's not gonna squeak and squeal. Oh, so this is, yeah, this is that thing. Again, I put it temporary, but it's still holding, so it is fine. Well, yeah, pretty much everything is it. The only thing left is to put the radio, and this is the view. One side, other side, looks very, very cool. So the last thing to connect, I have one plug here, and one for the aircon. So I have this one that goes on top. I have this one that goes in the big one, and I cannot find the aircon controller. And it's like, what the hell is it? So apparently I just left it there behind the dash. Yeah, found it. But it was like, where the hell is it? It was hidden behind that, so I forgot to pull it out. That's the only connector that I forgot. Okay, moment of truth. Everything is in. I just connected the battery. Now, will we have any errors for airbags and stuff? Let's have a look. Okay, boot lid open, that's fine. Windows, obviously. No errors! No errors, Freya! No errors! We don't have any errors! Yay! Happy days! Cool. And finally, everything is finished. Everything is done.
Now it doesn't play because nothing is connected. I don't have any amplifiers, nothing. I did remove that one because I just needed to tidy up the wiring. I have all my amps back. They came back from Sam. By the way, if you didn't watch on Sam Bear Vids, he has a review of my Alpine Type X amplifiers. Anyway, everything is in. Everything looks like that. The only piece left is the trim piece because I need to cut it and put it there. So the whole process to change the dash, it took me like 3.5 hours. However, in those 3.5 hours, I was running back and forth, helping my little one. Už minutės važiuosim. Yeah, like that. So back and forth running, helping the little one with toys, with dollies. I did some extra stuff that I didn't plan to do, but like to replace the dash, maybe like 2 hours, an hour and a half, just pure labor. But yeah, everything is done. I'm very happy. Now I'm extremely curious how these drivers are gonna measure, because they look like about 30 to 40 degrees on axis towards me. Very close to the glass, extremely close to the glass, both of them. Yeah, I'm very super happy, super happy. So yeah, for today that's gonna be it. Now we're gonna go to probably McDonald's because it's lunchtime. I didn't cook anything, didn't have any time. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.